Hotep, my brothers and my sisters. Let me make sure that I'm on. Let me make sure that I'm live and kicking. Give me a sec. Well, I greet you with our ancient Kemetic language, Hotep, which means peace, and Amandala, which means power to the people. Ashe. Hey, my brothers and sisters, I welcome you on this afternoon on our platform, the God in Action Ministries spiritual and cultural platform and podcast. Those of you who may not know me, my name is James Anyabwile. I'm the spiritual teacher, aka spiritual awakener of this particular ministry, platform, movement, how you want to, whatever you want to call it. Let me just make sure this is cut off, y'all. We do not take your presence here lightly, and come on in. See who's going to hang with their brother. I came on an hour later. Has something to do. I usually come on at 12 o'clock. Those of you who know how to do this, we ask that you please share this. Let someone know that we're on live. Share with your loved ones and friends and people that you care about. That'd be much appreciated. It will not cost you a dime. I gave you what my name is. I share with you what my title is here. Let me share with you what my purpose and my mission. My purpose is to inform, not to convince. I'm not trying to make you believe what I believe, follow what I follow, or nothing like that. To inform, not convince. Also, to encourage you to be a more of an analytical and critical thinker compared to somebody that's telling you something that sounds good, that sounds mesmerizing, fascinating, or sounds deep, and you just go run with it. No, I want you to. I encourage you to be more of a researcher. If you believe something, research it. If you don't believe something, research it. All right, that goes for anything that I say. All right, so be more of an analytical, critical thinker, and also I want to encourage you to challenge yourself. You know, you got to be able to open your mind to different information. You just can't go on what you've been taught all your whole life and reject information that does not line up with your education that you got from a childhood to present. You need to open your mind because there's so much more to know that's outside of what you already know. All right. And so I challenge you to grow. If you don't know, you cannot grow. And the key thing is, I'm sure enough not trying to convert you to any religion or denomination or anything like that, because I do not subscribe to any religion, though I respect them all, as long as they're being used as instruments for the liberation of Black people. All right, brothers and sisters, let me see if I'm on. Brother Shikari, I see you, King. I see you, brother. All right. Um, Maybe a lot of other y'all probably still in church. Still in church. Oh man, 1 o'clock is a little bit too late for you. That's all right. The movement still continues. I want to thank those of you who support this channel, who like the content, who share the content, and also I'm trying to beef up the YouTube channel, and I would like you to help me out. You can go there and please go there in your time, and you go to the YouTube site, James Anyabwile. The name is at the bottom of the screen. You can see it right now at the bottom of the screen, how to spell it, James Anyabwile. Please go there to our YouTube and like, subscribe, share, comment. All right, press the notification so that when we come on live, that you will be notified. Right now, we are on live 3 platforms: the YouTube, this one, and my personal Facebook site page. All right, let's move into the subject today, and I pray and hope that you get something out of it. So, uh, once again, thank you for tuning in. Those of you who may tune in at this time and who may tune in later on today or later on this week. The subject today is once you're out, stay out. I need to say that to some people because it's difficult to hear. Okay, but you got to listen. I'm quite sure somebody probably done told you this, but maybe I'm the one to confirm what they're trying to tell you. All right. Once you're out, stay out. Now, history records that from 1865 to 1877, that was during the Reconstruction period, when there's a civil war and the slaves, Africans, slaves, they were not slaves, they were made slaves. They were freed, all right? And during the Reconstruction era or period, while they were protected by the Union Army, those freed Africans or those freed slaves, they were very successful. They politically, economically, in business, educationally, family, everything, because they was under the protection of the Union Army after they was released from slavery or brought out of slavery. But unfortunately, after the Union Army actually abandoned them, this is like just took their protection away from them, the freed or the ex-slaves were exposed again. So their ex-slave master or their former slave masters took advantage of the situation. Once they were protected by the army abandoned them. Now they're exposed. We're going to take advantage of this. So what they began to do, the slave masters, right? They began to force and to drag the black Africans who were freed back into the system of slavery. You know, there's a powerful lesson you can gain from this. Number one, when you build something of value and worth in life, make sure you protect it yourself by any means necessary. Make sure you protect it instead of giving somebody else that responsibility. You may hire some protectors, but you make sure that you oversee everything. And number two, right? Another powerful lesson from this, that once you have been set free from something or from anything or anybody, do not ever allow them to pull you back into the abuse that they heaped upon your head, how they violated you or misused you or taken advantage of you or try to destroy you. Anytime you set yourself free from anything, people, place, a thing like that, don't ever have them bring you back. Are you hear me, brothers and sisters? It will not be wise to do that. It will not be wise for you yourself to be allowed to be talked back into something or forced back into something or dragged back into something or volunteer to return back to whatever it is again once you're out of it. And that's the subject once again. Once you are out, stay out. We're going to move in. And I understand, believe me, I'm human. And this message is not just for you. It's for me too. I got it first. I felt it was worthy of that, had value to share with my brothers and sisters so we can all get something from this. I understand that anytime you and I try to break free from certain people or habits, behaviors, attitudes, a thought process or mindset or or the self-destructing lifestyles. Anytime we try to break away from those things or come out of those things because we know they're not serving us well, it's not going to always be an easy thing to do. Somebody can just tell you, do this and do that. All you got to do is do this. It's not always, and I understand, it's not going to always be an easy thing to do because breaking up is hard to do. Oh, yes. But this is how you position yourself to come up out of something or break up with something permanently and not have a desire to go back. This is a question that we need to ask ourselves, a question that you need to ask yourself, right? The question a person needs to ask, they should ask themselves is, right, when they're having this difficult time or they're struggling with getting out of something or getting away from whatever it is that's robbing them of their joy, robbing them of their happiness, and robbing them of their health. This is the question right here. This is why you're in it and having a hard time getting out. Self, what is it that is so fascinating, so fun, so joyful, pleasant, and healthy, or productive, or even peaceful about what I'm coping with or going through? This is a question you have to ask yourself. What is it that so pleasant about it that I want to keep experiencing it? Think about that. When you know something's not serving you well and you just have a struggle getting up out of it. Once again, I know I'm repeating myself. What is it that I will desire to continue to experience this thing, to keep experiencing it day after day, night after night? And those of you who was given the strength and the power to come up out of certain things, you fought like hell to come up out of certain things, to break away from certain things. Now you find yourself desiring to return to it. This question you should also ask yourself: what is it that was so peaceful and loving and healthy and productive, and joyful about what I fought like hell to come up out of, for me to desire to go back to this thing? The question that you need to ask yourself. Because there's a scripture, don't reject all scripture, because there's a lot of truths in it. When you there's a scripture that talks about when you come up out of something and you go back into it. This is how I describe it. It says it's like a pig in slop being washed up and cleaned up. And after it's washed up and cleaned up, it runs back and wallows back in the pig pen. Then it says it's like a dog going back to its vomit. I don't know if any of you had dogs before. Sometimes they will upchuck their food, and if you don't watch them, they'll go eat up their food again. So in liking a pig and a dog to a person who comes out of something and returns. God didn't make you to be a pig. God did not make you to be a dog. God made you to be wise, my brothers and sisters. Once you are out of whatever it is, you must fight like hell to stay out. You know why? Because all you're going to get when you go back is deep disappointment and the same results. That's all you're going to get. And the most dangerous thing is you may make it back and get back into what you came up out of, right? And not make it out or get through it the next time. You may get out and you return, you may get, the next time you may not get out of it or survive it or get through it. Are you hearing me, brothers and sisters? This reminds me, I'm reminded of Mother Harriet Tubman, the Black Moses. And I'm going to tell the story in my own little way, right? When she escaped slavery, the system of slavery, and she came back to lead her people out of that system, right? Trying to bring the slaves to freedom. She told them before they even started the journey, and while they was on the journey, I will kill anybody who starts this journey to freedom, to start this journey to get out of bondage, to come out of the system of the slave master. And they try to go back to where I'm taking them out of, I'll kill you. I'll kill you. And it says, allegedly, that her husband was on the journey as they took off into the land of freedom, journeying there. The husband was with her, and he started whimpering like a little punk, like a little sissy, you know, hey, baby, hey, baby tub, baby, my feet are hurting. I'm hungry. I'm tired. Come on, baby, you understand? I'm cold. I want to return back to the plantation. Whew. At least I could get something to eat and sleep in the stable on top of some hay. Whew. I'd rather go back where I was enslaved, dominated and controlled by Master Jim, Master Bob, and Master John. She told her husband, allegedly, Negro, I'm quite sure she probably said something else, nigga, listen, I will kill you dead before I let you do that. I told you before you started this journey, this journey to freedom, that there's no turning back. There's no turning around. There's no coming out and going back in. No, baby, I'm sorry. I'll kill you dead. I ain't going to co-sign on that. My brothers and sisters, hear me and hear me good. That's the same kind of attitude that you and I must have once we make up our mind. I'm going to keep using these words, to come out of something permanently, not a temporary thing, permanently. Stay out of whatever it is. Whatever it is not serving us well. We do not go back. We don't dare go back. We don't dare turn around. Once we're out, what do? Stay out. You want to get real rough with it. Once you're out, stay the hell out. Are you hearing me, brothers and sisters? Talk to yourself. Because I guess somebody, whoever listens to this during today, this afternoon, during the week, they can identify with this message. Because we all got something. I don't know, it may be different from from yours, and yours different from mine, that we have to come out of. We have to disassociate ourselves from, break away from, permanently, and not go back. And many of us have went back, tried it again, expected different results, and got the same outcome. And when you keep doing something over and over and over again, what do they call it? Insanity. And when you break up, try to move out or move away from something of whatever it may be in your life, whenever you get discouraged, because it's going to happen, because like I said, breaking up is hard to do. Coming out of anything is hard to do, especially if you've been with you most of your life or for a long period of time. I don't know what those things are, or people are, or places are, and you don't know mine, but we all have them. So don't think that this message does not apply to you and those that you know, because everybody needs to come up out of something, because it's not serving our life well. It's not serving your mind well. It's not serving your finances well. It's not serving your health well. It's not serving your marriage or your relationships well. It's not serving your relationship well. It's not serving your business well. We all got something that we have to break away, come up out of, or get away from, and not go back. Are you hearing me, brothers and sisters? So whenever you get discouraged in the process, or fearful or doubtful or worried about moving into the unfamiliar or a new way of living, yes, that's what it's going to be, a new way of living without what you had to break away from. So what do? You sing the old Negro spiritual. You think that's this old slave song. There was messages in that thing. Sing the old Negro spiritual anytime you're going through something that's trying to prevent you from breaking away or coming out or disassociating yourself from whatever it may be. That's not serving you well. Sing the old Negro spiritual to help yourself stay focused on what you need to do for your life. What's that song, y'all? Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. I ain't letting nobody turn me around. Gonna keep on walking, keep on moving, walking towards freedom land. Sing it again. I ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. I'm gonna ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on moving, walking towards freedom land. And this reminds me of this biblical story. Oh yeah, a story. I don't believe it's true. A lot of stuff is not true. You okay? But there's principles and truths that you can extract from them to help guide your life, give you wisdom to be able to navigate in life. All right? There's this biblical story, right, that most of us grew up on, hearing. When Moses went to Egypt, according to the story, and he delivered the children of Israel out of bondage. He was there for 400 years. And as he was, he went there to lead them out of bondage, but to bring them to a better freedom land, a better way of living. So you had to break away from something, come up out of something to be able to move into something better and something new, right? In the process, a lot of the Israelites, they got discouraged because they got, in the process of traveling, they got tired, they got hungry, they got thirsty along the way. Sound like Harriet Tubman's husband, what he went through, right? So when they started getting tired and complaining, and they wanted to turn, they wanted to return back to where they came up out of, where they just came out of, because they believed it would be easier this time around to go back to cope with being a slave. He was there for 400 years, and we cried out to God to get us out of here. Now God sent someone after 400 years. Now we think it's better to go back. Now we used to being a slave. Now let's go back. So they cried out. They cried out to God to bring them out. Then they wanted to go back in. Who does that sound like? This is very important to catch, brothers and sisters. We can't blame this on the white man. We can't blame this on God. We can't blame this on mama. We can't blame this on daddy, your school, how you grew up. None of these. You can't blame this. Check this out. This is very important to catch. You can't blame it on your last boo, your relationship, none of this stuff. The Israelites were not being forced to go back to live in the slave condition that they were taken out of. They wasn't forced to go. They wasn't forced to go back in this situation. They was volunteering to go back. They were volunteering to go back. They were volunteering to go back. Are you hearing me? And let me share something with you, brothers and sisters, and I've shared this many times. You can't go forward if you're constantly looking backwards. You can't go into the new if you're constantly craving to go back to the old or return to the old. What this is one of my favorite sayings: forward ever, backwards never. Forward ever, backwards never. Once you're out, stay the hell out. That should have been the message. They wanted to go back. And this is the sad truth, y'all, right? Liberation is for everybody, but unfortunately, everybody will not be liberated. Liberation is for everybody, but unfortunately, everybody will not be liberated. It's a personal choice. It's a personal choice. You can't say, let us get out and stay out. We need to get out and stay out. No, it's personal. Say, I need to get out and stay out. Once I get out, I have to stay out. It's personal. Liberation is for everybody, but everybody will not be liberated. So I want to encourage you, my brothers and sisters, to whatever you're dealing with in life, all the struggles that you're dealing with in life, right? Things that's trying to the struggle and the difficulty that you're feeling and you're having to move away from certain things that you know ain't serving you well. Don't let those things be a weight on top of you. So I encourage you to learn how to use your experiences as fuel to push you forward, not to keep you stuck where you are, to push you forward. Going forward is better than giving your negative and traumatic experiences the power to keep you stuck in the same madness in life. Am I making sense, brothers and sisters? It is yours and my responsibility to make a sincere effort, every effort to move forward in life and make a better life and a better future for ourselves and our children, our family, etc. I was on, I saw this Facebook post that read, I'm paraphrasing though, it says, sometimes God or your inner spirit, whatever you want to call the God, will push you out of certain things for your own protection. What's the subject? Once you're out, stay out. Sometimes this inner spirit or God or creator or energy or source, whatever you want to call the God, will push you out of certain things for your own protection. You wonder why, damn, why, something's pulling you away. You trying to go back and something. You make every excuse to just return and something just no. Why not? Let me return. No. For your own protection. So the creator, once again, or God, or we're going to call the power, the spirit, the energy, the source, or the universe, the one that dwells in you, will not give you the ability or the strength to break away or come out of something just for you to go back in. Just for you to come out and hang around it. No. That's not the reason why you get the strength to break away. It's not to go back in or to continue to hang around it. No. Once you're out, you stay the hell out. Permanently. Once again, why? Because it's not serving you well, it's not serving your life well, it's not serving your finances, your family, your mind, your health well, your business is not serving it well, it's not serving your relationship. Did I say that already? Well. Once you're out, you stay out permanently and don't go back. Don't hang with it. Don't play with it. Are you hearing me, my brothers and sisters? Because you play with fire, what's that saying? Sooner or later, you're going to get burned. The Creator God did not pull you out of something, away from something, for you to continue to hang around it constantly or to return to it. This is my close. It's a true story that I saw the other day. And it's sad. Not to leave you on a sad note, but to learn a lesson behind this, from this. There was this 18-year-old African-American black sister. She was doing well for herself. She was in college. She owned, at the same time, she owned her own hair salon. She was going places, doing things for her life. Had a serious future in front of her. And this 18-year-old sister had a boyfriend that she loved. And so because her boyfriend had nowhere to live, nowhere to go, she went and talked to her mama and her daddy. She came from a two-parent household. So they let the boyfriend live in the house with them because he had nowhere else to go. So it's evident that the brother must have not been doing nothing for himself. He had nowhere to go. She got everything going for her. And this brother doesn't seem like he got nothing going for him. All right? So what happened, transpired in the relationship, was domestic violence. He was jealous. She was a beautiful young sister. He was very possessive. He was very jealous of her. So he would give her threats, death threats. I'll kill you if you leave me. I'll kill you if I see you with somebody else. Right? And then he would beat her up to keep her in check, under his control, and also to dominate her. It got to a point where she, after many attempts, broke up with him. Because she knew she had enough. She had to get out. Get out. Because she used to break up and bring her back in, break up and bring her back in. She said, I need to get out and stay out of this. But the crazy thing I don't understand is she broke up with the brother, or this dude, or this loser. But the parents and her allowed him to stay in the house with them. They broke up, but they allowed him to stay there because he had nowhere to go. They put him out, let him come back in. But they're supposed to be not together, but they let him live there. They already know the mindset of this dude, but they let him back in. Unfortunately, the boy ended up killing the 18-year-old girl. Snuffed her life out. Robbed her of her future. She had the strength and the power and the ability to get out. She had many attempts and couldn't do it, but this time she did it. She got him out. But she didn't keep him out. Her dumb behind mother and her dumb behind father, who I thought was wise, allowed him to come back in the house. And so did she, allowed him to come back in. Once you're out, stay out. It didn't happen in this situation. And I said earlier that once you out, stay out, because if you go back in or return, or allow something to return, you may not make it out the second time. You may not make it out the next time. You may not survive it the next time. And this was the situation. Are you hearing? It's not just a human being. Whatever, come out of that behavior, that mindset. Get out of come out of people's business and stay out. Take people out of your business and keep them out. Stay out of those stores. in restaurants that's killing you, giving you raising your blood sugar and your hot and your salt level and all these different things and cholesterol. We need to we need a revolution, complete constructive change. So I want to share that story, though it's a sad story. One thing, brothers and sisters, the mind, this is my close, is your control center. You can tell somebody to do something, but it's not in here first, because it enters your control center, then it spills over into your heart. The mind is your control center. And if it is not operating right or functioning properly or functioning in a clear environment, not saturated with alcohol and drugs and all kinds of other things, if it's not operating in a healthy way, it's not operating in a balanced way, I'm talking about your mind, because it's your control center. It has the tendency to take you back to the very things that had that you disconnected from, you moved away from, or you came up out of. That's what the mind will do. It'll go back to the familiar. That's why you got to keep it clear, keep it healthy, keep it sharp. Don't weaken it with substances and other things. Don't let nothing or nobody dumb you down. Keep your mind on a sharp level. Sharp. When you know for fact, brothers and sisters, that you're moving in the best direction for your life, stay on course. Stay on course. And never let anything or anyone cause you to deviate from the path that you're moving. Don't let anyone cause you, let anything cause you to return to what you no longer want in your life. It's no longer serving you well. Once you're out, brothers and sisters, stay the hell out. Because once again, as the story tells us, you may not be as successful the next time, or make it through the next time, or survive it the next time, whatever the it is in your life. And some of us are in the position now that we cannot play. It can be life and death. So I pray that you take heed to the message, which is for all of us. Share it with anyone, those you know that need to hear it, or you can just discuss it. Say it the way you say it with them, the topic. Say it in your own words. Have that real talk with someone, that necessary talk. All right? So, brothers and sisters, I thank you for listening, and I ask that those of you who would like to support our channel, continue on with the work, we would definitely appreciate that. The information is at the bottom of the screen. Our Cash App, you can see our Cash App at the bottom of the screen. $GIAM number 20, PayPal. That was Cash App, PayPal, paypal.me/HOTEP number 2. Those of you who'd like to share, support us, continue our work. And if those of you who do, we thank you in advance. Those of you who cannot or have no desire to, we still thank you for tuning in, coming on. We appreciate your presence. Could you please share this with this channel with other people who you think may need this type of content? Let me tell you one thing: if it's good enough for you, it definitely will be good enough for somebody else. All right. So thank you, my brothers and sisters. I'll leave out of here. And like I said, once again, thank you everyone for sharing the information and all these other good stuff. And I will read and I welcome your comments. All right. I welcome your comments. So I do read all your comments. So thank you very much once again. I leave out of here the way I came in. Let me see. Let me see. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Let me see something here. Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, y'all. Listen, I'm out of here. I just wanted to see something. I see my brother Chris and Ty Beatty, and well, I guess I don't know if anybody else on the other platforms. I don't see their names. Queen Amari, great to see you, Queen sister. All right, brother Shikari in the house. Ashe, well, let me close out, and I thank y'all all for tuning in. I leave out of here the way I came in. Hotep, which means peace. Amandala, which means power, power to the people. Have a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Hope to see you again. Time's up.